The 1950s heralded a transformative era in American automotive history. Unparalleled prosperity, innovation, and the burgeoning of a distinct car culture. Automobiles transitioned from mere transportation to powerful symbols of freedom, progress, and personal expression. This vibrant decade witnessed an explosion in automotive design and, critically, a relentless pursuit of engine development. At the heart of this evolution lay the V8 engine, which rapidly became synonymous with American performance and prestige. Every major manufacturer was pushing the boundaries, vying for dominance in horsepower, torque, and sheer presence on the road. This was a time when the rivalry between Chevrolet and Ford, two titans of the industry, was at its absolute fiercest, extending beyond the showroom floor and deep into the mechanical heart of their vehicles. Into this fiercely competitive arena stepped two legendary V8s, each representing a distinct engineering philosophy and capturing the imagination of a generation of enthusiasts. Chevrolet introduced its 283 small block, a compact, lightweight, and inherently rev-happy design that would lay the foundation for an automotive dynasty. Ford launched its 292Y block, a robust, deep-skirted engine, known for its durability and impressive low-end torque, representing a direct evolution from Ford's iconic flathead V8. The intense competition of the 1950s was not merely about incremental improvements, but about fundamental advancements in engine technology. Both the 283 and the Y block were introduced as significant leaps forward. Designed to replace older, less efficient power plant, Chevrolet's small block aimed to directly challenge Ford's long-standing leadership in the mass-market V8 segment. This strategic move by Chevrolet indicated a deliberate and aggressive market strategy, not just to offer an alternative, but to redefine automotive power and capture a larger share of the burgeoning market. The race for first place between Ford and Chevrolet during this period underscored the high stakes involved. The central question that continues to resonate through the decades is, which engine truly defined American power? This is the battle of the Ford 292Y block versus the Chevy 283 small block. The Chevrolet small block V8, first unveiled in late 1954 for the 1955 model year, represented a profound paradigm shift in engine technology. Its very conception was a direct response to Ford's established dominance in the mass-market V8 segment, a position solidified by the venerable flathead and its successor. Chevrolet's engineers embarked on a mission to create an engine that was not only powerful but also efficient, compact, and highly adaptable. The overhead valve design of the small block was a critical innovation, optimizing the flow of air and fuel into the combustion chamber, which in turn boosted horsepower and improved fuel efficiency significantly. This design allowed Chevrolet to package dependable power in a tidy, lightweight unit, truly living up to its small block moniker. The 283 cubic inch version of this groundbreaking engine made its debut in 1957, achieved by boring out the earlier 265 V8. This incremental increase in displacement, combined with advanced induction systems, led to a monumental achievement that reverberated throughout the automotive industry. In 1957, the fuel-injected 283 Super Turbo Fire V8 achieved an unprecedented feat: 283 horsepower. This 1 horsepower per cubic inch benchmark was not merely a technical triumph. It was a powerful marketing statement that redefined expectations for engine performance and size. It explicitly demonstrated that smaller displacement engines, when engineered with precision and equipped with sophisticated systems like the Rochester Ramjet mechanical fuel injection, could deliver substantial power. This accomplishment challenged the prevailing bigger is better mentality of the era, setting a new and impressive standard for engineering efficiency and power output in a production car. The market's reception to the small block was overwhelmingly positive. It quickly permeated the entire Chevrolet lineup, making V8 power accessible to a broader segment of American car buyers. From the iconic Corvette to various passenger cars and even the newly redesigned Task Force pickup trucks. In 1955, the small block found a home. Its compact dimensions, lightweight, and inherent power potential made it an instant favorite among racers and hot rodders, proving ideal for purpose-built race cars, show cars, speedboats, and experimental vehicles. Recognizing this burgeoning demand, Chevrolet even began selling the small block as a crate engine, a complete power plant ready to be transplanted into custom automotive dream projects. The 283, in particular, with its overbuilt internals and robust construction, was renowned for its durability and reliability, capable of handling high performance without sacrificing longevity. The Ford Y-Block engine, launched in 1954, marked a pivotal moment for the Dearborn automaker as its first modern overhead valve, V8. It was designed as a much-needed replacement for the revered, but increasingly antiquated side valve, flathead V8, which had been a staple of Ford's lineup since 1932. Ford, traditionally more conservative in its engineering shifts compared to rivals like General Motors or Chrysler, was ultimately compelled by market forces to develop this new engine for the future. The Y-Block derived its distinctive name from its deep-skirted design, where the engine block extended significantly below the crankshaft centerline, creating a Y shape when viewed head-on. This unique structural design was intended to provide greatest possible structural rigidity, aiming to maintain smoothness and accommodate anticipated future increases in compression ratios. The 292 cubic inch version of the Y-Block was introduced in 1955, sharing the 3.3-inch stroke of the 272 Y-Block, but featuring a larger 3.75-inch bore. Upon its initial release in 1954, the Y-Block debuted with a 239 cubic inch version, delivering an 18% increase in power over the flathead it replaced. The 292, introduced the following year, quickly found its way into a variety of prominent Ford vehicles, including the new Ford Thunderbird, various Mercury models, the 1959-60 Edsel, and certain high-end Ford cars. Its robust nature also made it a dependable mainstay in Ford's truck line. However, despite its promising start, the Y-Block soon revealed several engineering challenges that would significantly impact its reputation. A major and persistent issue was critical oiling problems to the top end of the engine. The small oil passages within the cylinder heads were prone to sludging and plugging up, and misaligned rocker shafts often starved vital top-end components of adequate lubrication. Ford attempted to mitigate these issues with stopgap measure-like external oil feed kits, but the engine's reputation for bad oiling largely persisted among mechanics and owners. This suggested that in their rush to modernize and ensure manufacturing efficiency, Ford engineers introduced flaws that would plague the engine's reputation, especially when compared to the seemingly more refined and performance-oriented Chevrolet small block. The cylinder heads of the Y-Block were another frequent point for discussion. Their unique configuration, with intake ports vertically paired rather than side-by-side, and making sharp turns around the head bolts, earned them the moniker of bad breathers. This design inherently limited airflow, although the engine was still technically capable of revving to 7,000 revolutions per minute. The deep-skirted block, while contributing to structural rigidity, also resulted in a heavier cylinder block compared to its contemporary rivals. Furthermore, mechanics often dreaded the infamous welded distributor, adding to the engine's list of practical drawbacks. The initial intent for the Y-Block to lead Ford into a new era was somewhat undermined by these design compromises, leading some to categorize it among Ford's more challenging engines. The contrasting specifications and performance characteristics of the 283 and the 292 Y-Block highlight their fundamentally different design philosophies. The 283, with its shorter stroke and lighter weight, was inherently engineered for higher RPMs and responsive power delivery, This made it a natural fit for performance cars and racing, emphasizing volumetric efficiency and compact power. The 283's achievement of 1 horsepower per cubic inch was not merely a peak power figure, but a testament to its efficient design that allowed for a wide range of power outputs through various fuel systems. This inherent versatility was a massive advantage in the market and for hot rodders, allowing for easy upgrades from a mild family sedan engine to a potent race engine, all from the same basic block. Conversely, the 292Y block, with its deep-skirted block and comparatively longer stroke, prioritized structural rigidity, durability, and low-end torque. It represented a more traditional heavy-duty design, intended for broad applications including trucks and larger passenger cars. The weight difference between the two engines, with the Chevy 283 at approximately 530 pounds and the Ford 292 at around 625 pounds, is a direct consequence of these differing design philosophies. This nearly 100-pound disparity meant the Chevrolet offered better power-to-weight ratios for performance-oriented vehicles like the Corvette, enhancing agility and acceleration. The Ford's heavier construction, while contributing to its rugged feel and bottom-end strength, made it less ideal for lightweight, high-performance applications, but perfectly suited for heavier vehicles like trucks, where brute strength and pulling power were paramount. A fascinating contradiction exists within the Y-Block's design: its ability to rev to 7,000 revolutions per minute. Despite its reputation as a bad breather and its known oiling issues, this suggests that the engine's bottom end, including its crankshaft, rods, and main bearings, was indeed robust enough to handle high rotational speeds. However, the cylinder heads and lubrication system acted as significant bottlenecks, limiting its practical high RPM performance without substantial modifications. This presented a classic hot rodding challenge: a strong foundation with restrictive breathing, which would become a primary focus for aftermarket solutions and dedicated enthusiasts. In Part 2, we're diving deep into the Ford 292, the rugged workhorse that went head-to-head with Chevy in the V8 war of the 1950s. Was it a torque monster built to last, or a misunderstood underdog with unrealized potential? We're breaking down the myths, the mechanics, and the madness behind Ford's first OHV V8. Drop a comment. Which engine would you trust in your dream? Build the high-revving Chevy or the torque-rich Ford? Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the showdown. Part 2, Ford 292, the workhorse, with a secret drops next week. Trust me, you're not ready for what this engine was really capable of.